Hi guys, so in the last video I just finished wrapping up making this awesome easel with a little gift box on here. Again, I mean, you can put tons of like Lindt chocolates in here. It can hold lots of things. But today I want to make like a simple little pocket to hold tea. And I do this every once in a while, you know, Mother's Day coming up, or a little, I don't know if you remember this, like Christmas time stocking stuffer, just a little something to give away, right? Or to gift. And, you know, tea. It can probably also hold what I'm going to do right now. Possibly some Ghirardellis. They're usually about the same size as like a tea bag, you know, or pouch. And you might need a little more give though. So maybe make it a little bit bigger with the pocket so that, because it's thicker, right? I mean, it's not that much thicker because honestly, even this is pretty thick. So anyway, I'll design this in a way that maybe you can get a Ghirardelli in there too. I don't think I have any right now, which is crazy. I always have them. But let's get right to it. So again, I've been calling this stuff Start from Stash. Hopefully you're using what you have in your stash, your papers. It's not going to take a lot of paper, but, you know, put as much into it as you would like. I was going to do a closure with, like, little beads. I don't know if I have to do that, like at the end of some organza ribbon or something cute. But, again, if it's just something that's going to be kind of used up pretty quick, I don't want to put too much into it, but we'll talk about ideas as we go along. Oh, you know what? One of my ideas, if I wasn't going to do that, was to use some of the... I have tons of this stuff, right, to close it. So maybe we'll go with this, because it actually might go with... I'm still going to use scraps of this paper. It's the Love Letters, I believe is what it was called. Yeah, or Love Letter from Craft's Companion. And honestly, I think this will work really well. So just some of that as accent. Maybe I'll start off with a cream-colored cardstock, maybe matte layer with some black and this one, just so it sets it off. And again, as much or as little paper as you want to use, because it really doesn't take that much. I want to design it all in one piece other than the matte layers. So that'll be a little bit of a challenge, but I think we'll get it done. And I was going to make it a single pocket, but now I'm like, I think a double pocket will work well because this isn't that wide. And if we double it over, and I think it'll be fine. What else? Yeah, if anything's still available, I'll link it for you. Possibly embedded in the video here, but definitely in the description box if you don't see it there. Some affiliate links, and again, that means I will make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So I appreciate the help, guys. And yeah, we'll just get right to it. I didn't grab the cream colored paper, so I'm gonna go get that right now, and we'll start designing what we need to design. So I'm going to use this extra heavyweight cardstock. It is thicker, so it's not going to have as much give, right? If we put this in, we just barely... So we want to give ourselves a little bit of ease, a little bit of room. So let me see, and I should probably have this number memorized already. We do this so often. How big, you know, a tea bag is. And they're all essentially about the same size, but 3 inches tall by just over 2.5. So let's see. That's right. 3 by just, it was like 2 5/8, maybe just over 2.5. So as far as the height, that's not the biggest deal. I do want to cover it up. So let's say we want this to end up being 3.5 inches tall, our, you know, pocket or the actual thing. So 3.5 inches tall. The width is the one, I would say 3 inches wide, because that'll give you a little bit of give in case it needs something. You know, so let's say 3 inches wide here, right? And then my plan was to just do a thing like this, and obviously need a glue tab here to flip in. Okay, so like just the same thing but cut down. And so this is the tricky part, because we need to cut this portion out of the cardstock if we do this. So essentially 3 inches. If this is also 3 inches, it might touch itself in the center here in a way that is like not what I would want, because then it gets in the way, you know what I'm saying? But maybe we'll mess with that a little bit. So 3, 6, 9, 12, and that's already 12 inches too. So let's make this 11 inches, so 6, and let's make this 2.5. That way we can use a standard A2 size piece of paper, and I don't have to go grab 12-inch cardstock out of my stash. So that little pocket coming in is only going to be 2.5 inches here. Now I like a 1/2 inch glue tab, so we're adding 1/2 inch, so 3.5 plus 1/2 inch from here, so 4. So we need a piece of cardstock that is 4 inches by 11. Okay, so I'm gonna cut down this guy. Basically just cut it at 4 inches. It's already 11 inches wide, right? I'll be right back. Okay, you know, I went to cut this, but this is actually part of the tutorial already. So 4 inches. What I'm going to do is also I'm not going to score it right now. I'm going to score on this side just so we have some reference. So 2.5 inches on either side. So 2.5. We're going to score 2.5 on the other side. And we're going to score. Oh, and I guess I should score right down the center too. So we're also going to score at 5.5 because it's an 11-inch piece of paper, right? So 5.5. And again, scoring. So essentially 2.5. Sorry, you can barely see it. 5.5. And then 8.5, right? Because if it's 5.5 plus 3, 8.5. Yeah, I think that's right. Let me just make sure so you guys have that. So again, the paper is 4 by 11. And yeah, and we're scoring 2.5, 5.5, 8.5. Okay, we are going to score 1/2 inch down here, but I want to cut away 1/2 inch here. And I'm not going to mess with this like to bother to line it up and just cut that little 1/2 inch. I'm going to line this up against 1/2 inch. Let's see, it looks a little bit crooked, but that's okay. 1/2 inch. And we're going to start here and cut it all the way down. So from the first score line down to the last one. So if you remember, that was basically 2.5, right? So I'm going to line this up at 2.5 roughly. Wait, hold on. I was like, that doesn't look right to me. Oh, it's because I didn't have it at 2.5. That's why. What was I measuring? I don't even know. Okay, 2.5 down to 8.5, essentially. Okay. And I'm just going to cut this away right now, although we are going to do something in a moment. So I'm going to cut it away at an angle because I'm going to bring this flap in and this is going to be a glue tab. So I'm just going to cut it away at a little angle like this. Same thing on this side. Okay, and now I'm going to score it. And the reason I didn't score it before is I didn't want that score line plus a cut line because it'll make like a weird look in my opinion. So I'm just going to go and put this on 1/2 inch again. Try to keep it nice and straight. That looks good. And this time we're not cutting, we're going to score there and here. Okay, so now we have this score line. Also, you can imagine we're going to fold this. And these guys are going to fold towards the inside. And in my mind, we're going to have this way. We're going to cut from here to here. Okay? So just so that it makes sense to you, if you're holding it like this, I want it to cut from that corner down to this corner. So, I mean, you can essentially bring this to your trimmer and eyeball that. You know, it's not the biggest deal. So from up here down to there. And I know it feels weird, so right now the glue tab's up here. I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to slice that off. Okay, and that essentially makes a pocket for us. And that's it. And then this guy will stylize it a little bit better in just a moment. So again, even though it's scary, because I don't know why in my mind it doesn't want to wrap around this, we're going to cut from here to here. So this time I'm just going to bring it this way and line up our score line right into like where it cuts in that center. And this one too. And I'm just eyeballing that point and this point. And that worked really well. So again, 4 by 11 piece of cardstock. We're scoring it at 2.5, 5.5, 8.5. Cutting that little center portion at the 1/2 inch, just trimming that away. And then just a 1/2 inch score line. Right? So what I'm going to do to dress this up or to fix this, see how if we were to just glue this down, you're going to see that right there, which isn't the biggest deal, but what I'm going to do before I glue that down is cut it away. So I'm just going to turn this way and just follow. That's it. Clean that up. Guys, this is easier than I thought. Okay. Famous last words. I'm going to say that, then I'm going to run into some kind of issue or something, I'm sure. But again, I think this is going to be big enough if you want to put a Ghirardelli in there. You have some give, you know? That's going to be glued down and you have a little bit of space. Okay. So let me fold these guys, and before I really see, if I hadn't scored it yet, look, it's kind of crooked, right? I don't know if you can see how far off that is. So we're going to hold that down on the line over here so it looks nice and neat. Just holding it there. Get yourself your scoring tool. And just make sure that's nice and flat. Okay. And I'm going to glue that down. This is so fast. Look at this. There we go. And that's kind of why I divoted that already, so that I know it wouldn't, if it was just straight up and down right here, this piece, when we cut it away earlier, it would just get in the way of that score line. Okay, so obviously we're gonna hold that down. And I'll do the same with this guy, just make sure it's where it needs to be. See, I mean, if you just let it glue, it's gonna be crooked. So I'm forcing it to be where it needs to be, which is here. And then I'll score to make sure we're accommodating that. Cute, okay. And this is why I wanted it to be one piece, because I think it looks nicer. It's a little more nuanced than if we had just made glue tabs and added them and then, you know, whatever. So this just looks a little neater, a little cooler. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna hold that just to keep that glued down, but we can imagine these are 3.5 by 3. So I'm going to, and it depends. If you're trying to put some ribbon or even this stuff, you can either let it go around to the back and not decorate the back, which maybe that's what we'll do, just so I can show you that you can conserve some paper. I have tons of paper. I can like just literally set it on fire. It'll be fine. You know, I'll still have paper. So let's see. I had this scrap, but you know, it's not gonna work. How about this one? Ooh, okay. I had this scrap paper left from the other day. So let's cut that down. And it depends on what you like to matte layer, but again, it's 3.5 by 3 inches. So I'm gonna say 3 3/8 by 2 7/8, because that's the 3 inches, just a little bit smaller than that. I just had to cut a little tiny piece off of that. And then this pretty paper, I don't know if this little guy, doesn't have a lot going on this one, but that's okay. Let's do 2 3/4 with a lot of the rose paper, that'd be pretty, by 3 1/4. Okay. So again, this is 3.5 by 3. This is 3 5/8 by 2 7/8. Sorry, 3 3/8. Oh my gosh, by 2 7/8. And this one is just a quarter smaller from everything else. So it is 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, I'm gonna glue these guys together. And we can still do all kinds of pretty things. And it's a simple, cute gift. This was way faster than I thought. Especially the way I like to repeat things, so I want to be very clear. And some people like that. Some people are like, can you write it down? I'm sorry, guys. I spend so much time editing and making the videos and everything. It's just no time for writing things down. Not in my world. So that's why I make videos. Okay. I'm going to stick this down here, but not quite yet. We're going to put this... Ooh, look at the... They'll be pretty with the black, huh? Even with the cream color one. I was thinking about doubling it over and tying like a little knot, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So we can be cute about it, though. We can tie a little knot here just to make it look a little fancier. But again, if you want to put a little bead on the end of that, that would be cute. Something that wouldn't slip away from the little knot. But I just thought it'd be cute to add a little something. A little weight, too, right? Just having a little knot there. And this can go around here. And again, you can matte layer both sides if you feel like you need to. I'm just trying to see about how much ribbon I think I need. Or, yeah, it could be ribbon. It could be whatever. I'm just using this because I have tons of it and it's super inexpensive. So I'm going to put a little knot on this one too. And essentially that is the little envelope. Or pouch, case, whatever. I guess not a case. Let me put this over here. Cleaning up. Let me clean up just a little bit before we wrap it up. Okay, guys. So again, you guys know I like using a wet glue because unless you tear something, it's not going to just like fall apart. But let's put this on here evenly. Like that. And then the other piece can just wrap around because obviously it means you're going to grab it and hold that down there. Okay. Trying to see if I want to use something like this to help me hold this for a second. See if it'll cooperate. I think I put that a little bit too low. I put a lot of it and then too low, but that's okay. All right. Maybe here. All right. And then this guy. So pretty. Oh, that looks cute down there. Okay, I kind of like the way that looks better with the flower down in the corner. I was going to put it up here and then maybe put one of these Anna Griffin butterflies on here. But I think even if I did that, it looks pretty with that pink down at the corner. So we're going to put tons of glue because now we have that cording in the way. Okay, who are you kidding? It's not cording, but you know what I mean. Yay. Okay, let's put that there. This here. That there. That's weird. I have a Dyson fan in the other room, and I heard it going. Rrr. Usually doesn't make that much noise. So I'm gonna take that up from behind there. And I'm gonna put some weight on this because I'm not gonna sit here, you know how I do. I like to put something like this on it. And then some extra weight. And I'm gonna let that sit for just a little bit, and I will be right back. Alright, let's see where we are. Yeah, that flattened it out pretty well. And that's that. Again, blank canvas for you to do whatever you like. Clearly this goes behind the back and then you tie it, so I'm not super concerned with that. We did leave a little bit at the top and at the bottom. I should put that around there. Again, this was, what, 3 inches? We did 3.5. And then just over 2.5, and I did 3. So you have that space. And again, that'll also allow for a little more, for this to kind of open up more. So you should be able to get a Ghirardelli in there, you know, I assume. So we can tie this up right here. Just a simple, cute little thing. And honestly, that was easier than I thought, because in my mind I was like, oh man, we have to trim away that middle part. But I mean, use your trimmer, and that worked out really well. Let me hold that down. Cute. And again, if you want to put like a little organza ribbon, they have it at Dollar Tree, inexpensive, and then I'll hold it too. You can do the same thing. Matte layer on the back too if you want to just, you know, add something to close it with. You don't have to add a closure. I mean, it's fine. Let's go ahead and I'll run through something like this. You know, I don't know, this one, that one, or that one, or this one. And I'll be right back with my Anna Griffin butterflies. I do not want to tease people with this because I know it's not available. And so, but it is in my stash. So let's use our stash. And I think this actually really obviously coordinates with this little guy. That'd be a cute gift, having like some chocolates in here and some tea. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, and this one does have some nice ability to make it look like it's having some movement. Oh, it's really on there. There we go. Sorry. It's totally separate, like the little antenna and head area. So I'm just going to glue that down like this, just down the center. I'll still go ahead and just glue these straight down so that they have some support. And I will be right back. Okay, we have that. And I'm just going to glue this down. The dimensionals, whatever it is you like. Again, I'm trying to keep it a little simple. Cute. Okay, I'll hold that down and I'll be right back. Since I already put stuff in here, I didn't untie it to, you know, flatten this out. I'm just massaging that there. And I realized, oh, this has a chip in it. It's my old Close to My Heart bone folder. I probably got it whenever I had signed up with them. Maybe it was part of the kit. I don't even know. Maybe I bought it separately, but that's a bummer. Well, good thing we usually use this side of it, but oh well. Okay, guys. Well, that is that. So thanks for watching. I hope that gave you some, you know, quick idea. It came out really nice and, again, nuanced. That's what I was looking for, so it doesn't look so rough with just a bunch of, like, pieces that were kind of stuck on. And that's that. So thanks for watching. I'll have images coming up. I'll have links as available. But, again, this is what you have going in your stash. And I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.